What's going on, everyone? My name is UnderTheRadar, and welcome back to the NPA Team Builders. This week, it is week 4, not week 5, week 4 against Duncan Knee Deep. We had a bye week last week, so nobody uploaded anything, including myself. So if you want to go ahead and watch the first 3 games, they're already up on my channel. We're going up against Duncan Knee Deep this week, and his team is weird. And by weird, I mean it has a weird matchup against me. And I say this not out of disrespect for Duncan's team or anything like that. I just think it has a very weird matchup. He has Garchomp, Alakazam, Alolan Muck, Ditto, Togetic, Lantern, Kartana, Terrakion, Golem, Xatu, and Rampardos. Now, against my team, there are some things that he will definitely be bringing and some stuff that he will definitely not be bringing. For example, he will not be bringing Golem. I'm almost guaranteeing that. I don't think he'll be bringing Lantern unless he is very scared of Heliolisk, which I don't see why he should be, personally. However, Garchomp, Zam, and Ditto are 3 that I think are guaranteed. I also think Alolan Muck is guaranteed, and I think that Terrakion is guaranteed. Those 5 are, guaranteed almost. However, I think the last mon on his team can kind of be a little bit of a toss-up. It could be Togetic, it could be Lantern if he wants to have that wall, but I think the most likely one is actually Xatu, because it prevents me from getting up hazards. If he does somehow watch my video, which I don't think he did, then he will know that I love hazards. If he has anybody helping him build, then they will know that I love hazards, especially if it's like Leo or somebody like that. They will know that I love hazards. So I can kind of sort of see that to try to prevent it. The least likely one I definitely see coming is Togetic or Golem. So I kind of built my team around wanting to piss off Duncan. I'm not trying to like be an asshole towards him specifically, but he's a newer player in the draft format. The way that you can kind of sort of throw them off the game is to piss him off a little bit, and that's honestly how I went into building. So real quick, let me actually cut because I have to edit something so that way I can show how I'm going to piss him off in order. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so the way that I went into this building is Charizard X actually 6-0s him, depending on how I can get it set up and if he brings Togetic or not. If he brings, well, even then I can set up on Togetic and I can hit it with a Flare Blitz. So for my dragon, Togetic does not stop it. So I went as to where he would not be bringing Togetic at all. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the team. So I'm bringing Choice Scarf Cat again for a couple different reasons. It's actually super important in this game because of Parting Shot. I will not be clicking a move turn 1 with this like I did week 1 against Hydreigon. This thing will be my designated lead and I will be clicking Parting Shot with it almost every single turn. The only times I will not be clicking it is if I see that Garchomp is in range of dying from a Hidden Power Ice, which, by the way, with this EV investment, he has to switch into Rocks twice or be at about 75% of health. So all of my walls can do that damage to it and guarantee that I kill it unless he's Yachi, which, honestly, I don't think he will be Yachi. I could see him being Scarfed or something like that. I have enough speed to outspeed Scarf Kartana, so I can Parting Shot on that easily. And then that puts me into my Charizard X, which I can actually set up on it if it's at -1. And then Bite is actually there just for the Xatu and the Alakazam. So if I'm able to break Alakazam's Focus Sash, which, by the way, that is why I also have U-Turn, because I do have a decent switch into Alakazam and my Jellyfish, and my Musharna, actually, I have a decent switch into it, so I can just U-turn on, I can pop its Focus Sash, and then later on it dies to an extreme speed from Lucario, it dies to a lot of different things, and I can just kill it with a Bite afterwards. In late game, depending on what he has left, Bite can actually sweep through his entire team. The 24 EV investment guarantees that I OHKO EV HP invested Zam, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, it does a whole lot of work to his team. The rest in bulk, the rest in defense, and then enough speed for Scarf Kartana. But Parting Shot is going to be the first thing that will piss him off to no end, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for. The only way this will not be my designated lead is if I see he does not bring hazard removal at all, meaning he does not bring Xatu or he does not bring Togetic, then I'll be leading with Scarm to get up rocks turn 1, and then we'll go with that. So Parting Shot will piss him off a little bit. But what's going to piss him off even more is the fact that I have my Musharna here that is fully physically defensive. This switches in to Terrakion, like 100% of the time. It's absolutely amazing. especially if he's at -1 from parting shot. This thing can switch in all day long, force him out. I can get a baton pass, and then depending on what he switches from his Terrakion into, I can go right back into Persian again, and I can click parting shot. The whole goal of these two together is to force in one of his walls, whether that is Xatu, whether that is Lantern, whether that is, hopefully not Togetic, Alolan Muck even. I can force it out, I can click Baton Pass, I can click Psychic, and I can go ahead and I can get some good chip damage off on him, and if he brings in one of his walls, my Charizard X can literally come in on a -1 wall and can sweep through literally his entire team. So Moonlight for recovery. Toxic is there just to try to get some residual damage on Togetic. If he does bring Togetic, I want to be able to Toxic that thing, because spoiler alert, I'm bringing Mono Dragon Stab on my Charizard X, so I want to be able to Toxic Stall it if he doesn't have Heal Bell. If he's going to be bringing it, he's going to be bringing Roost, Defog, Dazzling Gleam, Thunder Wave, or something of that nature. I don't think he'll be bringing Heal Bell, so I fully expect to be able to Toxic Stall that thing, and then I can set up on it with my Charizard X. So the goal: set up rocks with Skarm if he doesn't bring any hazard removal. If he does bring hazard removal, lead off with Alolan Persian, Parting Shot into Musharna, force in a wall, Baton Pass out, get back into Charizard X, and then sweep him. So, but this thing is a very good check to all of his physical threats. Kartana cannot 2-hit KO me with Night Slash. I'm not 2-hit KO'd by a Jolly Banded Terrakion, I believe. Let me double check that, because I'm pretty sure it was Jolly Banded. Musharna versus Terrakion. Jolly Choice Band. Jolly Choice Band does 2-hit KO me. It's Choice Scarf that does like 0. Choice Scarf Stone Edge does 37%. That's not counting -1. If he is -1 attack, it is doing less than 25% of my health. So that just goes to show how fat this Musharna is and how easily it is. That's also since I think Garchomp is a little bit weaker on stabs because Earthquake and Dragon Claw. So I can switch this thing in on that as well. Toxic Stall his team a little bit, get it worn down, and then I have a couple different win cons in the back to where I can actually clean up late game. But ultimately, these two are going to be, why is blue? No, these two are going to be amazing together. If I can get up rocks and I can just switch around the entire game, it will be absolutely hilarious. But now let's go ahead and talk about this Mega Charizard X set. So his team is really weird in speed tiers, because looking at his speed tiers, he has 102, 125, Alolan Muck is slow as balls, Ditto will be coming just to stop Dragon Dance Zard, hence why I have sub. He has Lantern, which is at like 70, I think, Kartana at 109, Terrakion at 108, Golem at like 45, I think, Xatu at 90, and then Rampardos at 65 maybe. So his team is extremely either super fast or super fucking slow. So I kind of wanted to take advantage of that. I don't need to run any speed investment. All I'm doing is I'm speed creeping like uninvested base, like fully physically defensive Garchomp with like 12 speed EVs. So I can outspeed that. And I outspeed things like, well, no, that's pretty much it. I outspeed all of his walls, but I'm running Sub Dragon Dance Roost, so I wanted to bring setup this game because it 6-0s him. I wanted to bring Sub to prevent a Ditto from counter sweeping me. I also wanted to bring Mono Dragon Stab because I didn't want, like say he breaks my sub and then goes hard into Ditto as I set up another sub and then I don't kill him for some stupid reason. I wanted to be able to still have my Charizard X with Mono Dragon, so Skarmory can still live a hit, whirlwind it out, and force it to take extra rocks damage and not be my setup Charizard X anymore. But this has enough attack investment to, at +1, OHKO all of his offensive mons, and 2-hit KO all of his physically defensive mons aside from Togetic because it's immune to my stab. This also has enough bulk to live literally, and my sub does not break from quite literally anything at -1 from parting shot. From his walls, that is. So let's take a look at his walls. Togetic cannot break my sub with a Dazzling Gleam. Lantern cannot break my sub with a modest max special attack Scald. Xatu cannot break my sub with a defensive Psychic or Psyshock. Kartana cannot break my sub with pretty much anything, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that. Adamant 108. Right, that's what my spread is. Yes. Kartana. Sacred Sword does 35% if he's Jolly, but if he's at -1, it does 24% exactly. So it, wait, that's not max HP. Shit, might be. 252. Does 23.7%. So Kartana, if he's like Choice Scarfed, Assault Vest, Akaberry, whatever he wants to be, he has absolutely no chance of breaking my sub with anything. And that's really, really nice, and I can actually set up on that as well. And Dragon Claw, like completely uninvested, already does 25% to it. So if I set up a couple times, it's gonna be cake. But yeah. Oh, Alolan Muck as well. Alolan Muck cannot touch me unless he has Rock Slide at all. Even if he's fully like defensive or especially defensive, whenever I'm in on him, if he's at -1, he definitely can't break my sub. But even at neutral, he struggles to break my sub. Like, let me go ahead and tell you guys exactly how much he struggles with it. So this is assuming he's not max attack. Like, let's say he's Careful Assault Vest. Poison Jab does max of 25.9%. Knockoff does 21%. So I'll be able to know if he's offensive or not, like if he's Assault Vest or Figgy Berry or whatever. I'm kind of expecting him to be Shookaberry if he does bring it, because Nidoqueen actually rips through his entire team. Hence why I did not bring Nidoqueen this week. I actually wanted to build around my Charizard X plus Alolan Persian and Baton Passing Musharna. Because if you look at his switch-ins to Psychic, it's limited to Alolan Muck. And if I can get that thing at -1, I set up on it. So, like, hold on, let me see something. 252 Adamant, -1. -1 Poison Jab never breaks my sub. So even if he's offensive, I get to just set up on that thing for free. That's not counting the fact that I also have my Jellicent in the back, which can Will-O-Wisp it. So ultimately, I think I've set up the first 3 mods on this team pretty well to work together. But I wanted to have a couple extra contingencies. That is going to be my Lucario. This Lucario 6-0s him. Quite literally. Late game, it will fuck him up. This is all the speed I need because, as I said, his team is either extremely slow or extremely fast, so I can't outspeed anything. This is to outspeed Timid max speed. I want to say it's Lantern. I think it is. This has enough special attack investment to OHKO uninvested HP Kartana, which he will not beat to speed tie with my Heliolisk. Completely uninvested, unless he's Assault Vest, I OHKO him with Vacuum Wave guaranteed, and then I'm running the rest in attack Adamant. With Extreme Speed, does about 75% to, what's it called? Alakazam. So, no matter what, if I go for U-turn on it, I instantly get to kill Alakazam with Extreme Speed. If I'm able to get off a Psychic with my Fetus on the Terrakion, Vacuum Wave guaranteed kills him. If I'm able to get off one Dragon Claw on it, Vacuum Wave guaranteed kills him. Pretty much, if I can get his entire team to take about 50%, this thing will sweep him late game, and that's absolutely amazing. So, offensive threats, bulky, somewhat annoying ass pivots to get into offensive threats, and then we have, of course, physically defensive Scarm. Physically defensive Scarm, I am bringing the correct nature this week. Thank you all so much for letting me know. I appreciate you all so much, but I'm bringing Stealth Rock, Roost, Whirlwind, and Iron Head. Whirlwind is pretty much because I'm bringing Mono Dragon. I want to be able to Whirlwind it out. Iron Head is because he has a Terrakion. If I can get an Iron Head off on that thing, Vacuum Wave kills it. I don't want to be taking the recoil damage. And I also want to be able to not take a recoil after taking a Focus Blast from Alakazam. If he's Focus Sash, it does like 75%, so I can Iron Head it, instantly puts it in range of Extreme Speed, and that's fantastic. But pretty much this is going to be a secondary check to all of his physically offensive threats, Garchomp, Terrakion, things of that nature, and it really helps out a lot, and with reliable recovery, it's amazing. So all 3 of my walls have reliable recovery this week. Going into the final mon, though, we're going to talk about this Jellicent set. This Jellicent set is there to burn the muck. Quite literally, that is it. And switch into the Alakazam at -1. So say I don't want to go for U-turn, I want to parting shot it instead. I can actually go into my Jellyfish and I can wall it hardcore. Even with Shadow Ball, it's doing like 35% max with this spread. This speed investment allows me to outspeed Muck, guaranteed, unless it wants to speed creep me. Speed invested Lantern, things like that. But Will-O-Wisp Recover, Scald, and Ice Beam hits pretty much all of his team super stupid hard, and he doesn't really have anything that wants to switch into a burn. Like, his burn immunities are, nothing. And Garchomp, Alolan Muck, Kartana, Terrakion, Golem, Rampardos, none of them want to switch into a burn. And if he wants to burn me, it's not the end of the world because I can just recover it off since it's doing like quite literally 0 damage this generation, and I can just Ice Beam the Xatu. What I mean is if he wants to burn me, like if he bounces back my Will-O-Wisp with Magic Bounce. But pretty much that is the team. I want to whittle him down with like use these two to kind of sort of whittle down his offenses. Use these two to kind of annoy him and whittle them down a little bit more, and then if he brings a wall, go into this and sweep him. If he doesn't bring a wall, get off a really big chunk of damage and then go into this and kill him. This Charizard X spread is also not O-code by Scarf Garchomp. Pretty sure. Let me Garchomp, actually Scarf. Let me 91 to 110 with Outrage. So if he's Earthquake or Dragon Claw, I can live it, and I can click Dragon Claw and it does 91%, instantly putting him in range of Vacuum Wave. So worst case scenario, he does not bring any walls. I do not have a chance to set up with Charizard X. I get to click Dragon Claw and I get to kill his Garchomp. So there are a whole bunch of different things. By the way, Scarf Chomp is definitely coming this week. Definitely coming. It's definitely going to be Scarf Chomp. I could even see Scarf Torrac as well. Like I could see dual Scarfers against my team. So that's that. But that is pretty much the team. I really like this team. It did very well in all of my mocks. I didn't get to use these as much as I would have liked to because Alolan Muck with Poison Touch literally poisoned everything on my team aside from Doggo and Burb. So it's a little annoying. So I'm hoping he brings like Gluttony Figgy Berry or just doesn't bring like Poison Touch. It just sucks. But yeah, that is the team. I'm really excited for this game, guys. I'm really excited. So I'm hoping that I get to piss him off a little bit with this. It kind of ruffles his feathers. And yeah, I'm really excited for this team, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below. Also, Duncan's links will be down there. If you're not subbed to him already, go over to his channel, give him a sub. Fantastic dude. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get him out of here. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.